Hey guys, in this tutorial we're going to be making a card loading animation that looks like this, and you can use this for your project when you're waiting for data to load and replace the image or the card or whatever you might have with this loading. And I'm going to be making this with HTML and Sass. So if you're going to be using Sass as well, you need some Sass compiler. This is the one I'm using, and you can find it in VS Code extensions. And the currently only thing I have is this image I'm going to be using for our second card that you see here. And if you want to use the same one, that's going to be linked in the description as well. So let's make our index.html here. And style.scss. And then here we're going to get our basic HTML template. And the way we'll link our Sass files. Instead of using style.sass here, you're going to use style.css, and that's going to be already linked. So we currently don't have any files, but if we click watch Sass here, we're going to get our CSS and css.map file. And we can minimize this panel or close it completely, and we can open this with live server. And the other thing I'm going to be using is a Google font, so we can search for, you guys can use whatever you like. I'm going to search for Nonido here, and then I'm going to get 300 for the weight, so light 300, regular 400, and semi-bold 600. Then you click embed, and we can copy this link to our HTML. And we can also copy this. We're going to use this in our CSS. So let's close that and let's start building this project. So firstly, we're going to have our hero section here that's going to hold everything. And inside of that, we're going to have a container that's going to hold two cards that we're going to have. And then here we're going to add a single card first. Inside of that, we want to have a card image. Under the card image, we want to have a div that's card info. And inside that card info div, we're going to have an h2 and a paragraph with classes. So our h2 is going to have a class of card title. And under that, we're going to have a paragraph with a class of card description. So let me make some space so you guys can see our card here, like that. And then we're going to add another one of these. So you guys can just copy paste it here. So our first card is going to be is going to have this loading effect. So here, for our first card, we want to add loading classes to a few things. For the first one, card image, add space and then loading here. And then we're going to have the same thing for card title, so space loading. And same thing for card description. And this is only so we can use the same styles for every element on the card, but we're going to have a few different styles for these that have the second class of loading. And then the last thing we need to add here inside our card image on the second card, we actually want to add our image that we have. And let's see how we call it, card background. And then inside our card title, we want to have some text. And inside our card description, I'm going to add some lorem ipsum text. You guys can use anything you like. And then we can go to our Sass files and start building this project. So first, I remove the basic styles, margin and padding. All right, let me get the font. Then here we want to get our hero section first. Then inside our hero, we're gonna have container. So it's gonna be hero, container, card. So first we're gonna install our card. It's gonna have some box shadow, some border radius here. So you can see our cards here. They're still a bit big. And then here we also want to target our first card. So like here we're going to have some margin only on the first one. So we want to target that inside the card. Then the next thing we have is our div, that's card image. So inside the card here, under line 20, we can target that card image, and it's only going to have a width and height. And then outside of that, we're going to have an image. So these are our cards currently. Then the next thing we're gonna have is, let's see, so it's gonna be card info. So under the card image, so it's gonna have this background of white and just a bit of padding, so it's not on the sides. Then the next thing, let's see here, we have card title and card description. So under the card info, we wanna target our card title. So we're gonna have height on all of these. So for this title, description, and the image, because this card has to be exactly the same. So that's why we are gonna add height for everything. And then if we go back under the card title, we can target the card description. So we're gonna give it a bit of margin for the top only. We're gonna have some height again. Like that. And then we also want to target our loading, so separately from everything. So we can put it inside the card here at the end. We can target loading, which is a second class we gave to these. See me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, see me flying, never drop down, smoking high, I am not round, I'm not round, no denying what I got now, keep an eye out, keep it locked down, get too strong when I battle with the beast, bring a let me make this bigger so you guys can see everything. Okay, let's see what we missed here. So it's gonna be 0.5 here, like that. Let's close that out. So background image here, and then under the background image, we're gonna have some other styles. First thing is gonna be background repeat. And lastly, we want to add some animation. We're going to have infinite because it's always going to run. And then here at the bottom, we can add our keyframes. So that's our second cut. And then finally, if we go back here, we can add display flex to our hero. Then inside of our container, we can add margin auto to center our container first. And then inside our container, since it holds both of the cards, we also want to add display flex to put them next to each other. And then here we go. We got ourselves a loading card here on the left. And I'll show you the values you guys can mess with if you want to change something. So for example, this animation, if you want to change it to like 3 seconds, you can see how that looks like. I like it at 1 the best. Background size, you can change this. So if we change this to 6, that's this line here. So you guys can mess with that as well. You can mess with the colors. And let's see what else. You can mess with the right instead of -40. You can move it like 20 pixels or something like that. Or you can reverse these. So maybe you want this to set this to right and this to left. That's also gonna work. If you guys wanna try that, I'll show you. So now instead of going from right, it's gonna go from left. But yeah, I prefer it this way. And it's a cool looking animation to have, mostly when you like load the data and stuff like that. So that's gonna be it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.